Wild Zone 17 is one of the worst wild zones in Pokemon Legends ZA. Why? Well, because these stupid lines try to murder you every single time you decide to walk into the zone. However, after a ton of testing, I figured out how you can shiny hunt every single Pokemon in Wild Zone 17 safely. So I'll be showing you all the tricks and methods to help you fully complete your shiny Pokédex. So never miss out by hitting the subscribe button, notification bell, and if you want to further support the channel and do enjoy videos like these, consider becoming a member. Now let's 100% shiny Wild Zone 17. Wild Zone 17 is unlocked by completing main mission number 24, which is reaching rank C. Once you do that, it will be available on your map. The Pokemon we will be hunting in the zone are Klefki, which is a day spawn on the roof, Lampent, which is a night spawn on the roof, Skarmory, which is both a day and night spawn, Pyroar, the most annoying Pokemon in this entire zone, which is a day and night spawn, Diggersby, which is also day and night, and Chespin, which is also a day and night spawn. The bonus Pokemon in this zone are going to be Hawlucha and Fletchling, which you'll see later on top of a roof. The alpha spawns for this zone that are fixed are going to be a male Pyroar and a alpha Mawile. Remember, in order to unlock other Pokemon being random alphas, you need to complete Mabel's Surveying Wild Zone 17 request. For full shiny dex completionist, you're going to need 3 Chespin. 1 to keep, 1 to evolve at level 16 into Quilladin, and 1 to evolve into Chestnut at level 36. That will also get a Mega Evolution Stone if you rank up during the ZA Battle Club online. You're going to need 2 Lampent, 1 to keep, and 1 to evolve with a Dusk Stone to Chandelure. And Chandelure also has a Mega Evolution. 1 Skarmory, 2 Pyroar, 1 male and 1 female. Also, here's how Pyroar's Mega Evolutions look like in Shiny. 1 Diggersby and 1 Klefki. The base Shiny odds are 1 out of 4,096, and the Shiny odds with the Shiny Charm are 1 out of 1,024.38. Methods that we'll be using in this video are the Fast Travel method, the Bench method, and the Run and Despawn method. Alright, we're at Wild Zone 17, and the Pokemon right away that we can get shiny from this gate are going to be this Diggersby and this Shiny Chespin. So let me show you exactly how to do it. So the first method is going to be pretty simple, right? It's going to be the fast travel method where you're just going to open up your map and just keep reloading the entire area over and over again by just quickly fast traveling. So essentially you want to fast travel maybe 10 times, and after doing it for 10 times, you then can walk in and see exactly what Pokemon are here. Are they shiny? Are they not? And just a fun fact, these holes will actually sparkle before you even have to approach it. That's the beauty of this game. So you don't have to run up to the holes. You'll see the sparkle before the Pokemon even come out, which is a really big deal. You're going to notice that Chespin is a lot more rare to show up than the Diggersby, which is a little bit annoying, but that's exactly what's just, you know, going to happen in the spot when you do fast travel. Now, personally, I find fast traveling here a little annoying just because I have to keep looking at holes over and over again. And if you want to confirm that the pin is in the correct location, we just drop a pin on our map, and we're going to go to the furthest part of this, and hopefully we don't trigger these Diggersby. Probably did. We go to the furthest part here, and you can see that this little area right here is within the 50-meter spawn radius for the Pokemon. So we're fine. So fast traveling would get you a shiny Pokemon if you ever have doubts. Sometimes I doubt it when I don't see a shiny Pokemon. Now let's talk about the second method for this area that I think is pretty underrated. It's going to be the Bench method. Now the bench method, I want to be straight up with you, I use macros for the bench reset method, and to be honest, right before I recorded this video, I went to bed running macros for the bench reset method, which helped tremendously because I woke up in the morning, and you can see this clip right over here where I got shiny Pokemon. Wait, what was that? Oh, it's Chespin, and then this one next week will be. That is crazy. All right, let's get this one. Boom. Easiest catch ever. Diggersby done. Okay, wait, let's check the other one. Shiny? He doesn't even see me. It looks like Bugs Bunny. Oh, it's Chespin. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Yo, look at that Shiny Chespin. Let's go. You know, the best part about these videos we make is that you actually get to see them shiny, not just me telling you this is where to get them shiny. Oh, wow. Look at it. That's crazy. There we go, Shiny Chespin. Now, automating a bench just normally, even without those macro controllers, is going to be really simple. All you have to do is just activate the bench so your character is in the natural position that they're supposed to be in, just like this. And you can see they're facing away from the bench after a reset, right? So at this point, you want your character to be facing down towards the bench, and then you're going to simply press A right after that. So the quick trick for everyone who's watching, because I know you watch the videos, but we got to do this for the other people. You know, we have new people joining us all the time, is to put the down joystick just like this and make sure that the character is running down at all times, and you can simply just spam the A button at all times. Now, for everyone who has purchased an 8-bit Duke controller, I'm so surprised a lot of you have actually bought this because I know you want shiny automated hunting. All you have to do for this is just press the joystick down button and just spam A and then have that on repeat. So you can see this macro actually in action right now. So my character's running down and it's just spamming A. It's going to reset the entire time. So there you go. There's the battle zone deactivated screen. And it's simply then going to go right back and go to daytime, and they're going to face away from the bench and watch them come right back. That's it. That's the main automation for this entire zone that I think is going to work. And that's pretty much how I got the shinies. And here it is on screen. It's a little messy because I spammed A more than I should. But if you want to copy that, you can copy that and use this in your own hunt. Also, 8-bit Do is linked down in the description below. All right, now let's move on to the part where we're going to get yourselves a shiny Skarmory, which, by the way, its mega is actually silver. That is really cool. Shiny Pyroar, shiny Lampent, and shiny Klefki. But I know you guys really want a shiny Skarmory as well. So I feel like Chespin and Skarmory are the big ones for this zone. Anyway, let's show you how not to do it. So we're going to walk in Wild Zone 17, which is what everyone's going to think they have to do. And then you're going to go up here and people are going to start resetting for a Skarmory just like this. So they can come over here, they're going to see the Skarmory and they're going to check if it's shiny. And then you're going to have all these lines look at you and then they're going to reset the entire zone and come back and do it all over again. This is dangerous. As you can see, these lions literally try to murder you. Yeah, I'm going to die literally making this video. They're going to try to murder you every single time. And there's a way to completely avoid these lions, believe it or not. All you have to do is open up your mini map and we're going to go to the Rasine construction area. That's where we're going to fast travel. Now, from this construction area, we're then going to just work our way all the way up here to this entrance of Wild Zone 17. Now, while you may think this is a fast travel method to go to Wild Zone 17, it's not. It's actually one of the most inefficient things to do. So if you fast travel, please don't come here and then walk up to the zone and check on all the shinies because we have way better ways of doing that. But if you feel like that's the way you want to go about it, you could do that. Essentially, what you want to do is place yourself in front of Wild Zone 17 like this from Rasine construction coming up here, and we're going to show you how to reset the Skarmory over and over again. So watch this. Over here is a little, scaffolding, and what you do is when you're here, everything there is despawned. And how do we know if it's going to despawn or not? Well, let's drop our marker right about there, and we are 80. Pokemon despawn around the 70-meter mark, and they respawn around the 50-meter mark. Now check this out. Ready? 70, no Pokemon, right? But when we approach this spot right over here, what do you see in the sky? Oh, look, Skarmory took off. And when you back up just like this, boop, Skarmory's gone, and then you can go back up in the front, and who's gonna appear again? Skarmory, including all the lions that are in the zone. So you are resetting every single one of those lions, and you are resetting every single one of those Skarmorys over and over again. And if you don't believe me, you can double check because you will eventually get an alpha that shows up. Now, if you repeat this over and over again, you will actually have a Skarmory that shows up. And here's some footage of me seeing the Skarmory and eventually catching it. Not only that, but you'll be able to also catch yourself a Pyroar. Now, there are 3 more Pokemon in the zone, 2 specifically that are mandatory, and the 3rd is a little bonus, which is the Mawile Alpha. But to get to those Pokemon, normally, this is what you do. You'd have to get through the hell of all these Pyroars. Oh, this is so bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is really bad. Climb up the ladder here. Oh, nope, we did not climb up the ladder. We almost got blasted, though. Climb up the ladder here, just like this. And that's where you're going to see all these Pokemon. We'll see the Klefki, the Alpha Mawile, which is the little bonus Pokemon. And at nighttime, these Klefkis will be converted into Lampents. Just like this. Okay, hold on. So, like, oh god, it's actually happening to me this time. So to avoid all that drama, we're gonna do another method, which is basically the run and despawn trick. Now, how do we exactly do that if we can't see what's on the roof, right? Like, if we go over here, we still don't see what's on the roof. And for me personally, I feel like there's a vertical spawning distance. I have not seen Pokemon successfully show up on roofs unless I'm really close by. So I usually see roof spawns when I'm on the roof or have an elevation to it. But anyway, you're gonna climb up that ladder over here, right by the bridge, and we're gonna use our Rotolide, which you would automatically have at this part of the game anyway. So what to do is very simple. All you gotta do is just run, Rotolide, and then you're gonna walk up to this roof just like this, and guess what you get to see? You get to see if there's an Alpha Mawile. You get to see the Klefki spawn here. The other one's over there. If you can see it escaped. Let me see if I can zoom in there. There it is. It escaped. So if you don't see it on the right, it sometimes moves to the left. And then in the background, we actually have another spawn, which is a Fletchling that sometimes also spawns in as a Hawlucha. So we are getting quite a bit of bonus Pokemon here when we're doing this. So basically, all you have to do is just rinse and repeat this over and over again. So just Rotolide safely across, and you're just going to repeat this over and over again. And believe it or not, if you take a look at this clip, I actually got a shiny Klefki that showed up. Wait, is that a shiny? Hold on, let me see. No way, it is! It worked! Yo, shiny Klefki, let's go! Now at nighttime, all you have to do is the exact same thing, and that's going to give you the Lampent when you go over there. So as you jump to the next building, right over here where it's in range, you can see the one Lampent, you can see the second one, and of course, always look in the background to see what is spawning behind. If that Fletchling is shiny, or if it's not, obviously you will not hear the sound because you're not close enough, but always be checking. Now, real quick, pro tip, I always say this to everybody, but if you want to have that zoom in trick that I've been doing the entire time, make sure to go down to accessibility, go down to zoom and enable that. That way, when you double tap your home button, you get that lovely zoom, which is going to be extremely helpful. Yeah, so having two spawns on the roof show up is going to be a great way to get yourself a shiny Lampent. Now, there is a bench that you can use within Wild Zone 17, but I find it really annoying because the lions are here. But if you want to do the bench resets to get some Pyroars and maybe get that Skarmory to show up shiny, and you want to go to bed and just wake up to a ton of shinies over here, I don't know why you would want more than one Pyroar, but you can do that. Just make sure that you come exactly to Wild Zone 17 at nighttime in order to start bench resetting, because if you come here during the day, they're all going to be awake and be extremely annoying. And then you could simply just do the macro, or with the rubber band on the controller, and yeah, that's it. Just kill some time here until you get yourself a shiny. And it's the morning. Everyone's coming to attack me. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, because the next shiny guide is probably going to show up on your screen right over here.